Now on Facebook. Good evening for everyone that's here. Welcome to the Leadership TKO live night show. I'm Lakeisha-mcknight, your leadership specialist and your wealth mentor. So I just want to welcome you guys here. Welcome to the show that goes live every single night around 7 o'clock p.m. But now we're, of course, probably going to be closer towards 7:15, 7:30ish because we have a presentation that we give around 6:30. And so I want to make sure that you all are aware of that. Now, this happens Monday through Fridays here on my timeline on Facebook. On the weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, we go live from my fan page. So definitely stay tuned. I'll also keep you updated on my timeline about that shift and also connecting with me on my fan page to catch it live over there. And so again, welcome everyone to the show. Now, the purpose of the show really is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. So if you want to grow your ability to lead, like enhance your leadership ability, because I believe that if you do that, because leadership is influence, and if you do that, you can definitely grow a wildly successful business. And so again, if that's what you want to accomplish, you are in the right place at the right time. And I definitely want to help you to grow your income as well. And so we're going to talk a lot about that as it pertains to those of you who are home-based business owners, and maybe you have a component where you can actually build an organization, all right, and network from your phone or your laptop. And so I'm actually running a series right now based on my mentor's book here. Okay, here's the book, right? It's called 103 Ways to Fail in Network Marketing, a guide to your success. So in other words, they are trying to, Mrs. Valerie and Ty Bess, they're trying to avoid you failing by sharing these things because they've actually experienced it themselves and they want to help you to avoid these. That is what they're saying. And so we may have experienced it, okay, some of these. And so we want to avoid it. We want to learn from the mistakes of others so that we can succeed. And so that's what they're doing with this book. I'm going to share with you tonight what I want to say, of course, the 72nd. I got to make sure that's not a tongue twister. The 72nd way to fail in network marketing. But before I do that, I was motivated to share with you a particular clip. You all know that I am the entertainment lady, so I provide you with a little bit of edutainment at the same time. So I'm going to share with you a special clip, maybe about 3 minutes of a clip, and then I'm going to dive into this nugget here. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screen really quick. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get it going.
Really want me on the team? What's your approach to recruitment? You want first place, come play with me. You want second place, go somewhere else. Like, I would watch Magic play. I'd watch Michael play. And I would see them do these unbelievable things. And I'd say, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out. That's why he's the player in the game. Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
So because you know what you want, the world's giving you exactly the information
100%.
You become better at it.
Because you know what you're looking for.
So many guys tell stories about your work ethic.
Yeah.
What was really your work ethic like, and for how long did you stay disciplined?
Well, I mean, every day. Since 20 years. It was an everyday process and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses. For example, jumping ability. Man, my vertical was a 40, wasn't a 46 or a 45. My hands are big, but they're not massive. Right? So you got to figure out ways to strengthen them so your hands are strong enough to be able to palm a ball and do the things you need to do. Quickness, I was quick, but not insanely quick. I was fast, but not ridiculously fast. Right? So I had to rely on skill a lot more. I had to rely on angles a lot more. I had to study the game a lot more. And but I enjoyed it though. So like from the time I can remember when I started watching the game, I studied the game. and it just never changed. It's a good separation for me, emotionally, to be able to put myself in a place where at practice or when I'm training or during games, I switch my mind to something else. I switch my mode into something else, right? For me, it's the equivalent of Maximus Decimus Meridius in Gladiator picking up the dirt, smelling the dirt. It's go time, right? So that was my mental switch. It was like an actor getting ready for a film. You got to put yourself in that cage. When you're in that cage, you are that character. And then when you leave there, it's something completely different. But when I'm in that cage, bro, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Just leave me alone.
How did you get mentally and emotionally so strong where it doesn't bother you?
Well, you got to look at the reality of the situation. Like for me, it's not, you kind of got to get over yourself. It's not about you, man. Like, okay, you feel embarrassed. You're not that important. Like, get over yourself.
That's where you go.
Get over yourself, right? Like you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing because you shot 5 air balls. Get over yourself, right? And then after that, it's okay. Well, why did those air balls happen? Got it. High school, year before, we played 35 games max, right? Week in between, spaced out, plenty of time to rest. In the NBA, it's back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I didn't have the legs. So you look at the shot, every shot was online. Every shot was online, but every shot was short. Right? I got to get stronger. I got to train differently. The weight training program that I'm doing, I got to tailor it for an 82-game season so that when the playoffs come around, my legs are stronger and that ball gets there. So I look at it with
All right, so I'm going to stop it right here. Okay? Now, the reason why I shared that with you, it's very, very important for you to understand the reason why that was shared. Okay, the reason why that was shared. Okay, extremely, extremely important simply because of this. Think about, the habits that we need to engage in when it comes to building a business. And it really leads me, of course, into talking about the 70-second way. And I'm going to bring it home. I'm going to show you how all of this is connected here, okay? Let's go over it really briefly. The 70-second way to fail in network marketing. To refuse to make your business a priority. Refusing to make it a priority. Here is what Mr. and Mrs. Best say furthermore. Life is a major reason most people fail in life. Okay? We have a tendency to get caught up in everyday activities, and this takes our focus off the important. We can't go to a meeting because the relatives are in town, the cat's sick, or it was a tough day at work. We have time for golf, basketball, the gym, TV, or any number of recreational activities, and our plan is to build the business after all this stuff. Well, it just will not work. You must move your business right up there in your top 3 or 4 priorities. That's if your goal is to become financially independent. So you have to analyze your goal. What is your goal right now? Do you want to generate that cash flow? Do you want to not have to exchange hours for dollars? Are you seeking to be financially or time free? Do you want financial freedom? If that's a goal for yourself, then listen, you need to prioritize your business and the business activities. Think about the video that we watched with Kobe Bryant. You think, of course, when he was here on earth, right? And he was at the top of his game. You think that he appeared there overnight just by happenstancely, every now and then just going to the gym, every now and then practicing? Absolutely not. He said he had to be laser focused. He realized it was not about him and that he needed to put in the effort and the time, the grind to make it happen. He put in many, many years. Okay, every single day engaging in the same habits, the same tasks, so that he can grow and enhance his game, enhance his skill. That's what he did. And some of the other greats did it as well. Michael Jordan and many others spent a whole lot of time, focusing in on their craft. So the question I have for you is, how much time are you dedicating to your craft? When it comes to building that business, what trainings are you plugged into? What inspirational content are you listening to or that you're watching? What mentorship are you receiving? If you're not plugged into these things, how will you grow? Okay, if I go and I uproot a plant out of its soil, out of the ground by which it was flourishing, will it continue to flourish? No, it has to stay plugged in to get its nutrients from, of course, where it started growing. So I'm going to encourage you to find a place to be planted and remain planted there. Work on your craft. Prioritize these things. Work on your business in the sense of engaging in those IPAs. Okay, engage in those IPAs. Some people even say treat it like a job. All right, treat it like a job in a sense of prioritizing your time, thinking about what you have for your schedule for the day, and sticking with it. Understand that there's going to be some crises that try to arise, but you have to decide, is that your crisis or is it somebody else's? I think a lot of times we take on everybody else's burden and we make it our own. Is that required? Should you do that? I'm going to venture to say in most cases, you shouldn't. Now, if it's involving your kids, that is a responsibility. If you're married and it involves your spouse, that is a responsibility. But you want to make sure that in talking with your spouse and talking with your kids, that they understand there are certain things that you need to get accomplished and that you have to get done because it's going to benefit them. And that's a whole nother conversation. When it comes to your spouse, for those who are married, and for your kids, you definitely want to get them involved. Okay, get them involved so it doesn't appear and seem as though you're pushing away from them and not giving them the required time that they deserve. You want to have healthy relationships in your home. You don't want them to establish bitterness towards you because you chose the business over them. And sometimes, they may take on that mindset, but you want to have them to be involved. You want to let them know, communicate and say, well, mommy or daddy is going to do this. Or, of course, hubby or wifey, for those of you fellas out there, that you're going to do specific things. And you're going to do it during this time so that they can respect that time. And then also make time for them as well. All right? There's no such thing, in my opinion, as balance. All right? You're going to give time specifically to certain things at a given time. They're going to have most of your attention. But at the same time, prioritize your business. Certain things, it's not really necessary in that season. So you have to do what's required of you to accomplish your goals. So again, I just want to say thank you so much for choosing the Leadership TKO Night Show to get and grasp these nuggets. I am ready. I'm so ready to help you out, or even the person that shared this video with you tonight, so that they can help you out, so that you can begin to prioritize what should be important in your life. And maybe you're saying, well, Lakeisha, I get it, but listen, I'm just not happy where I am. You may not be happy with the job you have to go to, or maybe you're trying to figure some things out with trying to bring in more income within your home. You see, I'm plugged into a money system that enables people in 149 countries to get paid 5 times a month. And you can position yourself to understand more about money and get paid 5 times a month yourself, safely from home. And so if you desire to learn more about this and how myself and over 900,000 people, I think we're close to 1 million people in 149 countries, how we're doing this, you can start to learn today, tonight. And maybe after watching this, you're like, Lakeisha, I need either the link so you can register because it's free to register with this money system, or you may be thinking to yourself, I just need more info. Okay, you might have missed the presentation that I did at 6:30, and it's okay because we have another presentation coming up at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so I'm going to encourage you now to download the Zoom app. Go to your phone store, go online, download that free app, and then at about 8:50, 8:55, okay, get there early. You want to plug into goldrocks.info. Okay, goldrocks.info. That's where you want to be. Make sure you plug into that webinar, that presentation that's going to be taking place at 9 to get more information. And again, that's 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get back with the person that shared this video with you tonight or inbox me, and I'll make sure that you'll get the information that you need. You need to be bringing in residual income. You need to get access to real money. You need some cash flow. And I want to help you get there. I want to mentor you, and I'm quite sure whoever shared this with you wants to mentor you as well. So thank you so much. We're going to be back here with the Leadership TKO Live Night Show tomorrow at around 7:15, 7:30-ish. I'm going to make some adjustments, of course, to our time here, but I want to make sure we dedicate, of course, the necessary time for that presentation at 6:30, but then also making sure that you all are plugged in here and get this information, because there are so many of you who are in other countries that plugs into this night show by way of the audio podcast, and I do not want you to miss out on this. It's important that we're consistent with you. So thank you so much for your dedication and being plugged in. I'm Lakeisha-mcknight, your leadership specialist and wealth mentor. Until tomorrow night, I encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, and God bless.